money missing. An investigation at Yeager Airport, a significant amount, thousands, unaccounted for. The latest as officials comb through the books looking for answers.
Standing guard for a second day as the number of sites and people taking up arms outside of local military recruiting centers is now growing. Where they are today and the reaction from some inside of those centers.
West Virginia's source for news. Eyewitness News starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Callie Cart.
I'm Stefano DiPietrantonio. Welcome to Eyewitness News at 5. Just days after the airport's director resigns, new questions tonight about missing money. That leads our top 5 at 5. That financial bombshell dropping at the airport earlier today, thousands of dollars for the moment unaccounted for.
Eyewitness News reporter Taisha Walker is live now at Yeager Airport with more on this story. Taisha. All right, thanks, Taisha. Now in the top 5 at 5, right now, the public is in a meeting with CSX discussing the cleanup process of the oil from that train derailment in Fayette County, which happened in February.
CSX holding that meeting there in Glen Ferris right now. Crews focused on removing crude oil from that site, also working to prevent oil from getting into the Kanawha River. Under a March consent order with the EPA, the railroad agreed to a long-term cleanup and restoration plan. February 16th, 27 tanker cars derailed and exploded during a snowstorm in Mount Carbon. Cause of that derailment still has not been released, and amazingly, no one got hurt in that explosion. Right now in the top 5 at 5 for the second day in a row now, a St. Albans man is standing outside the Marine Corps and Navy Career Center in Charleston, and he is armed, and now joined by a buddy, Mark Schoolcraft, who's also armed, plus 2 more men outside a recruitment center in South Charleston at the Riverwalk.
So obviously these protests growing. LaRose says he's doing it because military personnel are not allowed to carry their weapons inside the center, but he is getting some mixed reaction.
While we greatly appreciate the support of the American people in this time of a great tragedy for the United States Marine Corps, we also ask that they don't stand guard outside our recruiting offices. We continue to place trust and confidence in the abilities of our first responders that are in the communities that we work and live among.
Next tonight at the top 5 at 5, the Donald continuing to make headlines and drawing both criticism and support.
Despite attacks from his opponents and others, Trump is not backing down, and his lead in the polls is actually now growing. Ryan Nobles is in Washington with Trump's latest strong words on the stump.
Despite a week of blistering criticism.
All right, thanks, Jim. And your tips help get criminals off the street every week. And today, we really hope it's no different.
No doubt. Eyewitness News reporter Leslie Rubin here now with this week's Fugitive Files. Hey there, Leslie.
So we're going to be doing things a little bit differently starting this week.
And welcome back to Eyewitness News, taking a live look from St. Mary's Medical Center there in Huntington. Lots of sunshine, and we've had some scattered showers around here. And Jim, I noticed even after the round this afternoon, there was a dryness to the air, unlike the muggy start, but it's getting better, it feels like.
Yeah, we're seeing the humidity drop now.
The possibilities are endless here, obviously because of the job factor.
50 acres about to be transformed. We're going to show you the huge new shopping complex planned, and is everyone on board for this new development?
Extreme heat spreads across multiple states in the east, causing some dangerous risks. We'll tell you when the country is in for a cool down.
West Virginia's source for news. Eyewitness News starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Whitney Wetzel.
I'm Stefano DiPietrantonio. Eyewitness News at 5 rolls on right now with some positive economic news for Barbersville. A big new shopping area on the way called Tanyard Crossing. It's going to cover 50 acres along Route 60 at the end of the Ben Bowen Highway.
And that project is expected to give the area a much-needed economic boost. Eyewitness News reporter Gil McClanahan is in Barbersville with a look.
As you can see behind me,
that's all part of my forecast, and I'll have it for you coming up in just a few minutes.
Jim, sounds good. Some relief coming our way, but boy, some dog days of summer in multiple states in the eastern half of the country here.
Yeah, another day of brutal heat. 10 states are actually under a heat advisory. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in New York talking to some people who are already looking forward to a cool down.
Well, going the distance today. Employees from one local hospital collecting thousands of dollars worth of donations for flood victims over in Johnson County, Kentucky.
Students, workers, and staff at Cabell Huntington Hospital all helped out with this. 2 vans were filled with necessities like food and cleaning supplies. $700 was also raised. After seeing some of the devastation in that area, organizers just knew that they wanted to help in some way.
Well, as a transport nurse, we go out to these other facilities, and there's 3 main facilities in the area that's been affected by the floods. Honestly, these are some of the nicest people that I've ever met when we do these transports, and I mean, they needed our help.
And today those donations were taken to Moorhead, Kentucky to be given to those victims in Johnson County.
You're watching Eyewitness News at 5:30 with Stefano DiPietrantonio, Whitney Wetzel, and Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jim Barrick. This is Eyewitness News at 5:30.